Hello, this is the Uncultured Podcast, and this is your host, Danlock the Great, and with me are my co-hosts.
Lucio.
And Calarious.
And today we're just giving some brief thoughts on our thoughts of episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Season 2 of Arcane. So, what do you guys think of these episodes compared to the previous 3?
I think the music, not the opening music, because the opening music slaps, but I think the music in these last 3 was even better than the first 3.
I think it was too. Yeah, I can agree.
It didn't sound like it's any worse.
No, I mean,
it did. It did sound like you were building up that it was going to be worse.
The intro slaps, but this new song is even better. I don't really remember the songs too much, but I remember them all being really good. There's like the black and white, right? That wasn't 1, 2, and 3, right?
No, 1, 2, and 3 did actually have the black and white. That was the funeral.
Oh. There was another black and white, though. I'm pretty sure not at the funeral.
Was there?
Well, the song where Vi and Caitlin are fighting Jinx.
That's on 3.
That's episode 3. Yeah, so let me explain what happens in 4, 5, and 6, since obviously you guys don't remember. So in 4, 5, and 6, it sort of starts off with Caitlin is in charge of the all of Piltover and Zon, and she...
Which we love.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and Bessa's there advising her, and you see that she's, she's with Maddie now, one of her lieutenants, or whatever.
Well, she's not really with Maddie. I mean, I think maybe she just had a one-night stand, because considering episode 6, she clearly doesn't care that much about Maddie.
We'll get to episode 6 as we go, I guess.
Caitlin's a little bit of an F-boy, you know?
Yeah. And in episode 4, we then learn that Jinx has now become sort of a leader of the Undercity. Well, not really a leader, but the people think of her like a leader, and she has now a cult following of people who dye their hair blue. And then people want to meet besides Vander's statue to set up a rebellion sort of thing.
Yeah, Singed is there, he cuts his blood.
Singed is there, he cuts his hand, and
attracts Vander.
Mbessa sends her soldiers down there, and they capture the people at the rebellion meeting, and they bring them to prison. But Singed came along as well, and he has Warwick coming after him. So Warwick comes down, beats up Mbessa and the crew.
There's a weird scene where Jinx is like, "I've freed you, my minions," and they all silently, very slowly walk beside her and put an arm on her shoulder.
Yeah,
and she feels emotions. I don't know what emotions.
And then Warwick pulls a Warwick move and immediately ults Mbessa as soon as she shows up.
Mbessa luckily was griefing and built Zonia's, so she lives.
That's right.
And was rocking cleanse.
Also, she was under tower. She couldn't get ganked that well.
Yeah. Well, they just passed the tower and then started dunking on the Nexus, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, it's true. So, anyways, Warwick recognizes Jinx, takes off, and next episode starts. We get Jinx meeting up with Vi, and we find out Vi's been doing some Undercity fighting in a ring.
Yeah.
And a sick...
Which doesn't make her...
Actually, that one had a really sick song. Yeah, there was a pretty sick song with Vi fighting.
Yeah, that was tough.
And there was a pretty sick song with Jinx and her cult that they sing as well.
Oh yeah, I did like the part where Vi became an emo though. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Vi's emo now. And then
And then
Jinx shows up and
in.
says, "Yo, Vander's back, and he's Warwick." And she's like, "What?" And she's like, "Hey."
And Vi's like, Jinx, you're a terrorist, and I'm supposed to beat you up.
She's like, "Well, I'm not a terrorist anymore. I've changed my ways."
That was the not very distant past. You must forget.
You must forget what happened literally like less than 5 months ago.
yeah. She's all like, "Yeah, I was a terrorist, but like that's old hat now, and I'm like kind of a leader now."
Don't you guys remember when you had such horrible teamwork that you like let me go? Remember? That's old news already.
Yeah.
All right. Honestly, I want to say though, I want to rip on episode 3 again. Episode 3's awesome. All of the episodes are awesome. But holy guacamole! on episode 4, they have a hard reset because they just couldn't get Jinx. And Vi was like, "Wait, don't shoot the child." And Caitlin's like looking down her scope, like, "I'm not gonna shoot the child." And she's like, "Don't do it." And she's like, "I'm not gonna shoot the child." Like, "Don't, you could hit her." And she's like, "I'm not. I'm the best shot ever." And she's like, "Oh." And she's like, "If you hadn't interrupted me, I would have been able to shoot Jinx before the child was even like in the way. Like, please." And then she's like, "That's it. I'm not fighting you now." And she's like, Vi, please, Vi. We came here alone. We need teamwork right now." And she's like, "You were going to shoot a child." And she's like, "When did I say I was going to shoot a child? I never said that. You told me if I have the shot, take it, and I had the shot, and you didn't let me take it." And then they had a hard reset on the story, and Vi had to go be depressed because of how much a loser she was. Caitlin had to become even cooler and go, "That's it, taking over everything." All right.
Yeah. Caitlin was wearing some cool armor, some cool stuff this episode in 4 and 5.
Caitlin was born to be a leader because she looked so
She looked so cool in those outfits. I was like, dang.
Yeah, so hot.
And yeah, sure, Ambessa's manipulating her, but like, I don't need to see how it's a bad thing. Frankly, I feel like the only reason why she's manipulating her is because she's like, well, I mean, everyone else is dead.
Yeah,
and gone. True. Who else can I even manipulate anymore? I guess I'll manipulate this girl, this lesbian, I guess. And she's like, I want you in charge. And she's like, what are you up to? And she's like, what does it matter? I'm putting you in charge. Like how I am manipulating you to get you in this position, but at the same time, someone needs to be in charge. She's like, all right. And then she does a great job as a leader, and by that I mean she's doing all right. They're oppressing the Undercity, which, frankly, at this point, I'm not feeling that much sympathy for the Undercity. I'm really not.
Yeah.
They're like
the Undercity, they're really trying to press on me like I should care about the Undercity or something.
I'm just saying the only time I've ever seen the Undercity look cleaner is when they were going through that, like, checkpoint. Like, you know, and, like, being checked to make sure they're not terrorists and stuff. Like, I'm like, wow, I know they're being oppressed right now, but the city has never looked cleaner. This is not points for Zahn.
Yeah, like here's the thing. Like if the rebellious part of like Chicago was like, yo, we're gonna break off and make our own nation, you'd just be like,
yeah,
what? Like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on here?
We're gonna turn this random town out here into a garbage dump, and you're like, we're gonna stop that. And they're like, how did
and they're all like, but we want like our town's freedom, and you're like, you guys, I don't think you'll rule well. It's not like I just don't have confidence in your ruling capabilities. I'll be honest.
Zahn has never been a bigger dump, and
I'll be honest. They just don't have a leader anymore, and Jinx is not going to be able to lead them. Like, she's absolutely insane. She's still insane.
Yeah, the most she's done is have emotions when people touched her shoulder. That doesn't mean leader. That doesn't mean anything. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. It's not like she can actually make a real viable plan for the Undercity. Like, she doesn't know how to do any of that.
Yeah, she's just the Joker. Like,
no, and doesn't that mean that Silveka is actually going to be the one ruling?
Yeah, Silveka's. Yeah.
Someone pointed out something interesting, which is that whoever's been ruling Zahn, Silveka's always had their arm, and in the time when no one was ruling Zahn, she didn't have an arm. Like now she has Jinx's arm, and Jinx kind of rules the Undercity now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she
then,
lost an arm at the end again.
Did she? I don't remember.
Yeah, she again lost the Jinx arm at the end.
Oh yeah, Jinx now, but that's probably because Jinx is going to go into Depresso mode because her kid not doing great.
I doubt Jinx will be leading Zaun again. Dang, it's so bad.
I don't know if they're going to do it, but I would like it if they introduced Renata Glask in these last 3 episodes, and also if they introduce Zeri. I think the little girl could still be Zeri.
I just think I think they need someone who's a little bit smarter as their leader, and I just feel like Vi's not it either. She's dumb. She's dumb as a doornail.
You know what? That's the biggest issue. Zaun is being oppressed, but nobody is their leader. Like you said before. So I can't feel that bad because
right.
They're like,
well, the thing is, if they had like a smart leader who I think could like take over Zaun and like actually lead him to fruition, I'd be like, okay, sweet, let's do that. But every leader, I'm like, no, you're an idiot. Like,
they need like a trifecta leader. They need like Vi, Caitlyn, and Mbessa to like basically strong arm.
Like the thing is, Caitlyn, I think she would be a competent leader if she was leading Zaun, but
yeah, but she's basically trying to kill Jinx because Jinx really. I love Jinx. Yeah, she does need to die though.
I love Jinx, but she did kill Caitlyn's mother in cold blood. Like this is like.
Yeah, like they really need to like. I don't know what kind of redemption they could put Jinx on, and I don't think they're going to anymore because her only little. She was honestly she kind of sidelined herself on the story once she started taking care of that little kid.
Yeah.
So the kid kind of did have to die, but I kind of ignored all the red flags because it came up with my headcanon that little kid was going to be Zeri.
Yeah, I really did think that kid was going to be Zeri. It looks so much like Zeri. I was so I was like, this is Zeri. I know it. I know it's Zeri.
For sure. And then she's like dying, and we're like, oh yeah. And also, to be fair, they hadn't shown death flags in like a while.
I know, right?
They showed like some bonding that didn't seem like death flags, but in the first 3 episodes of Arcane of season 2, they definitely were showing dropping death flags.
I think back to also the time when we saw Vander's flashback of like when he was trying to make Zaun an actual country, and like him and Silco actually had real plans. They had real goals, and they had real plans. So the thing is, you need somebody like Silco, who was actually doing the paperwork, to lead Zaun. You know? Like, you can't just have someone like Vander. Like, sure, I would say that the thing is, like, they're trying to make it so that Vi is turning into, like, a Vander figurehead, and that Jinx is turning into, like, Silco, right? But the problem with that is that Silco is, like, smart, and Jinx is just crazy.
Well, also Vander is smart, and Vi is
dumb. She's
really
so dumb.
Driven.
Oh boy,
she's really emotion driven. Like Vander gave up everything so he could create a stable Zaun.
Yes.
Like he gave up the rebellion so he could create a stable Zaun, not necessarily a better Zaun or anything like that. He just wanted to raise these kids.
Right.
And
exactly.
Vi, like the last thing she wants to do is. I don't know anything. I don't know what she's trying to do. She's just stumbling around right now.
Yeah. And maybe she'll grow up a lot in these next 3 episodes, but I just it's hard to know if she's going to be as good of a Vander figurehead. You know?
Also, real bummer. They're releasing these episodes in 3s, so I'm like really bummed out that they didn't show Echo or Heimerdinger. Yeah. What I'm expecting, and I don't want to say too much.
Well, I guess Echo, he's not dumb per se, but I don't think he's all that smart.
See, that's what I'm saying. Echo and Heimerdinger are like the only smart people that can make any moves right now. Echo, unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of feats under his belt. But Heimerdinger has experience, and we could see him actually helping out Zaun.
Yeah, I could see Heimerdinger being a big help to Zaun. But Echo, I just don't think Echo has a lot of experience, so it's hard to know if Echo would be any good at any of this.
A little experience. He's been taking care of the tree, which frankly 3 episodes went by, and the tree is still theoretically poisoned. Like, what's going on with that?
Well,
Is it good
to be
now?
honest,
Are we
all he
ignoring
did
it?
was find one leaf that was poisoned. So I was like, is this like really the tree is poisoned or just like a single leaf?
Heimerdinger's a scientist. He said it's poison, but we can fix it. And so,
I
there you
guess
go.
so. I guess so. Yeah. But but
We
maybe
gotta
the
know.
poison will stop spreading on the tree now what Jace has done has happened.
I'm a little worried they're just gonna kind of forget about the tree. Like, I think the tree was just to get them to the core.
No, no, no.
But
I think the tree might be fine now that Jace has done what he's done
mm-hmm,
because
maybe.
he might have stopped the arcane reactions going on.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Jace somehow saw like a version of the future, and
Yeah.
he's trying to prevent that. I think that's what's happened.
I think he's also seen a version of the future. I think that would be really cool
Mm-hmm.
because
I wonder
I
what,
think it would be cool to see. Yeah,
it makes sense because Echo actually he's a time traveler. You don't know that, but in the game he has everything to do with reversing time and stuff like that. So this might be how we see that. Sorry, I didn't mean to like spoil any of that, but if you know anything about the game, it's not really a spoiler.
I know nothing about the game.
Well, now you know a little bit about the game. Which means actually, I do think the Hextech like core thing that's going crazy with like life energy is going to be doing something nuts.
also, I want to point out they've shown it a lot more in these episodes, and a lot more in season 2 specifically. But Jinx is now teleporting all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, she has. Well, I think her. She's just super fast, right? She has like.
That's not super fast. That's something else. She is flashing, literally.
No, she was injected with a Chemtech. Remember?
Oh, that's right. She was injected with Shimmer.
When she was dying, and what's his name? Silco
Okay.
wanted to save
Okay.
her.
So her
He brought
body
her
has
in
been
to spend
augmented
anything to
by
revive
Shimmer.
her.
When? When was
In
this?
season 1.
Season 1, when she blew up herself and Echo on the bridge, then she was taken by Silco back to get healed.
Yeah, by Singed, and Singed
By
said,
Singed,
"Okay,
yeah.
well."
And then Singed
injected him with a sedative, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to watch this. This is your child."
Yeah. So
Like,
Singed
what?
basically gave her an
And she
upgrade.
started screaming and having a terrible time and barely survived the operation. And then when Silco woke up, he's like, "I'll kill you, Sid." And then she's like, "Well,
Yeah,
it worked."
But it's the sort of, I think it's probably the same thing that was given to Victor before he went and did his Hextech surgery.
Well, I gotta say though, I am loving Singed. Singed is so cool.
Right?
Look, I am glad that he is a bad guy character, but it seems like he has some really weirdly useful wisdom,
Yeah.
He's still definitely doing bad things, but he's just like, man, that's okay.
Yeah. I love Singed. He's got the cool creations that he keeps making. He's got his daughter, Oriana. And I'm like, ooh, look at her.
Which is really cool. They did always need to update Oriana's story because Oriana's story was just sad and tragic is all it was. It didn't really make that much sense and it wasn't really tied to anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know if you caught it by the way, but now we know that Singed used to be a Piltover scientist, but I believe he got disgraced.
Yeah, well, he got disgraced. They mentioned that in first season actually, because he used to be Heimerdinger's assistant.
Oh, nice.
So he used to have the same position as Victor did.
Mm-hmm.
Under the council. Well, actually, no. I think it said that they were. Yeah. So he was kicked out because of his experimenting. Because he always went too far with his experiments. So they kicked him out.
So many things to wrap up in these next 3 episodes. I don't know how they're going to get to it.
Yeah.
There's so much
yeah.
to do.
I'm kind of anxious because I feel like it might be a little bit rushed in the next couple of episodes, and I just don't want it to be all that rushed at all. So
I did feel like these last 3 episodes were a little bit languid with their time. It kind of felt like this was a peaceful time,
Yeah, I can feel that.
Like even though
only 9 episodes total.
I think there's only 9.
It's only 9.
I'll check again just to make sure.
But I'm pretty sure it's only 9. But anyways, the what was it? Yeah, Mel's storyline I thought was kind of cool. Mel's now trapped with Black Rose.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
I believe we ended with her breaking out of the chains they chained her
Yeah,
in.
she did break out.
No, her eyes went white, and then she
What do you
like
mean? What do you mean no? She literally used her superpowers and broke out.
No,
Oh, that's right. Yes, I forgot she had those powers.
Yeah.
Well, that's how she survived Jinx's bomb.
I think she's gonna actually become part of the Black Rose and might use that to help her in the future.
Well, I don't think she's gonna become part of the Black Rose, honestly.
I think she is.
I don't know why she would. The Black Rose is who killed her brother.
What do you think is going to happen?
I don't think she's going to be part of the Black Rose, but I also would like to say that I think we should do these podcasts right after we watch it, because I don't remember some of these things you guys are talking about.
To be fair, you don't remember anything of the first season.
That's true, I don't.
Do you know Powder?
Yeah, I know Powder.
Yeah, she's Jinx's sister.
No, she's Jinx.
Remember Vander?
Yeah.
You remember her? You remember Powder's two friends that were guys?
No, I actually have no memory.
The fat guy who jumped across the roof.
There was Milo and shoot, what is the other guy's name? Milo and something.
I don't remember. Yeah. She blew them up when she tried to help the Vander and Vi.
I know, you told me this yesterday, so I actually remember because you.
Oh my! You really do need a rewatch there.
Yeah, I kind of wish those two kids would come up again as some sort of plot point. I'm not saying
I don't want them to come back. What do you mean?
No, I just I really like that they were a really emotional tie-in, and it would be cool if something about them came back. You know,
what?
I don't know. Maybe just like flashbacks and stuff. That would be cool.
I don't know. I don't know that I actually care. They're honestly my least favorite part of the first season. So I was really glad when they died. So
what?
Yeah.
What? Okay, I'm glad when you die.
Yeah, well, I was glad when they died because I was like, they were kind of annoying. So I was like, please kill them off already.
I loved them.
And I was like, oh, okay, good, they died. I was like, oh, that's cool. And so I was a little bit thankful to Jinx actually for killing them off. So
I bet Abigail doesn't remember them because they were guys and she doesn't like them.
Well, they were kind of ugly, so
I mean Ruth.
They were the only ugly characters in the entire Arcane series. So I was like,
They were.
Well, if they were ugly, they do deserve to die.
I am so mad. I'm gonna kill you. They were fine. One of them had fun hair that went up like a poof and spiked.
I'm ready. Let's watch. Let's watch the next 3 episodes.
Whoa. Well, one more thing. Jace and Victor. I want to talk about them.
Okay.
I love that Jace killed Victor. That was crazy. I was also like, what? And I was like, did you really have to kill your friend like twice? Like, you kind of... I guess you didn't kill him the first time, but it kind of felt like you abandoned him to die, basically.
Yeah.
And then the second time, you kill him by shooting him with your gun.
Well, I was actually pretty happy about it because I was like, yeah, obviously Victor is doing something sinister and evil, and I knew it, that evil man Victor.
I didn't think he was doing something sinister and evil.
All cults are bad.
All cults are bad. Listen, they started it out. They were like, "Oh, it's a peaceful utopia." I said, I watched enough Star Trek. There is no such thing.
But it was a robot cult.
Yeah, I don't care what kind of cult it was. It was a cult.
Anyway,
I said, okay, yeah, cult, utopia, yeah, kill it now, please. We all know this is evil.
Utopia is in fact bad, and even if it was good, I will forgive Jace of anything because he came back very hot.
Yep, he came bedraggled and ready to fight.
Yeah, dude, look at his beard. His beard was so nice. I was like, dude, we're back. We're back.
Slapping it. He was slapping it.
Yeah, you like how he slaps Sallow. He was slapping it.
Oh, he did slap Sallow and killed him.
Yeah, poor Sallow. He just wanted to have legs, and then he got wrecked.
Yeah, Sallow's dead. Dead.
I did not care about Sallow. Let's be honest.
Sallow. I thought he was an interesting little side villain. It's like how, remember in season 1, there's no way you remember this, the enforcer that was like being bought out by Silco.
Yeah,
and
Marcus.
It was sad that he was being bought out by Silco and he died in the end.
No.
Yeah, Marcus. Yeah.
He's had an interesting little plot. At some point, Silco sits him down and is like, hey, you're trying to be a little upstarty, aren't you? And Marco's like, oh, you a bad guy. And he's like, yeah, well, you already are deeply in debt with me, and I know where your family is. Things like that. And he's like, remember that? Remember that? That was a good scene.
It was a good scene.
I believe it.
She doesn't remember Jack.
We should also talk about Isha and sacrificing yourself. I thought it was a pretty good scene. I thought it was very good and emotional. I love the song in the background. It was pretty cool. It was like a Mandarin song. Was it Mandarin? What was it?
Yeah, that was definitely Mandarin.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
It made me think maybe she can only speak Mandarin. That's why she hasn't been saying anything this whole time.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. She might have just couldn't actually speak, English or whatever they were speaking in. So yeah.
Yeah, I liked her. She was fine. I do think she sort of showed up out of nowhere and just sort of started existing, which, like, a little bit odd for a character, but sometimes you just have to make a character start existing. And, I can accept one of those.
And I can accept her. I liked her a lot, especially in these 3 episodes. After she got her hair turned blue, I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
and then,
she's a fun character.
And she's like, I'm going to live forever. And then she did not.
And then she did not, in fact, live forever. She lived 5 more seconds and maybe killed Warwick. Who knows?
I like that she stole those hex cores, because I noticed when she stole one of them. I don't remember if she stole the second one, and I know she already had one.
Yeah, so actually, I think all the hex cores are gone now.
There's one hex core in each of the gloves that Vi has.
Oh, okay.
So she stole both of them.
So she stole those 2, and she stole the one in Jinx's gun.
Yeah.
So I think all the hex cores that were previously there are gone now. I'm trying to remember who still has hex core now.
I mean, a lot of people have hex tech stuff. Caitlyn still does.
Yeah, Caitlyn still has her hex gun.
I don't think the gun was broken or anything.
I don't think it was either, as far as I remember.
Also, Caitlyn, I just want to talk about Caitlyn. She's a little confusing.
Caitlyn, she switched sides so fast. Instantly. Yeah. She was like, oh, you called me Cupcake? Yeah, I'm switching sides,
She's swapping sides as quickly as she swapped her sexuality. Which
yeah.
To be fair, we didn't know that she was straight before, but I'm pretty sure she thought she was straight before. Then she went into one brothel, and they were just walking through it, and she was like, "Oh,
I'm gay
in season
now.
1."
Yeah.
So that's about how fast she's swapping sides. She's just like my girlfriend from a long time ago, my ex-girlfriend.
Well, yeah. Like I was like, she sees Vi and she's like, "What have you done? Why are you here? We're on a secret mission to capture this thing." And she's all like, "Oh, I'm here to look for my dad." And then she's all like, "What?" And then she's like,
"I'll help you defeat
Cupcake."
Mbessa,
and she's like, "Yeah, I'll kill Mbessa. I don't even care anymore." And you're like, "What?"
Yeah, this feels like the conversation that we didn't hear is like what? What are you doing here, Vi? Vi, you jerk! You made me lose everything. And Vi's like, I'm just here to help my dad. And she's like, okay, I'll help you defeat Mbessa. And Vi's like, I didn't ask for that, actually. Who's Mbessa?
What's going on here?
I'll have to explain everything so I can betray her. And she's right outside right now. Okay, that sounds great. She's from Demacia.
And if you could, and if you could spit on me, I think that would help sell it. Like what?
It's just like, can I not spit on you? No, you have to.
No, that was part of it. You're like, okay, Caitlin, I don't know what's going on with you.
Hashtag Mbessa did nothing wrong. She really didn't. Well, okay, she did plan the attack on the.
She did plan the attack on the Capitol. Gonna be perfectly honest.
But
that's kind of wrong.
Hasn't? Who hasn't made a mistake?
I mean, I like Mbessa like quite a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, everyone makes intentional mistakes here.
To be honest, she's no worse than Jinx. Like, geez.
Yeah, Jinx is out here killing. Look, all Mbessa was like, wow, everyone is taking zero intentions. They're like, everybody, I just want to say, yesterday a really bad thing happened, and we're all super bummed, and it's really sad. And Mbessa's like, why aren't we charging down there and taking them all out? And they're like, so we're gonna do our best to tell them, no, sir, no, thank you. She's like, okay, so I'm going to terrorize you guys so you have someone to fight against.
Well, yeah, to be honest, I don't really think Mbessa will be here in the next 3 episodes, really.
That's true.
I don't really feel like Mbessa's story, I don't really feel like she'll be a villain at all in the next 3 episodes at all.
I think she's only got 2 or 3 things she can even do anymore.
Yeah, well, the thing is, she's lost her Noxian soldiers. So what is she going to do? She's by herself.
She's probably going to regroup, and then I think she needs to go encounter her daughter. And then probably one other thing we don't know about.
What I think will happen with Mbessa is I think she will just leave. I think she will leave Piltover and Zahn and go look for Mel.
It's just going to be like, the leadership here is worse than I've ever seen anywhere. You guys can't be manipulated because you dive too quickly.
And the entire reason she was there was to find Warwick so she could use Warwick to beat Mel's captors, the Black Rose. So it's like
well,
what?
It wasn't that specifically, I don't think.
It was literally that. That was literally why she wanted Warwick. She wanted Warwick to beat up the Black Rose to save Mel.
Did she say that?
She didn't say it, but it was pretty implied, I thought. She needed a big weapon, and she needed the big weapon to fight the Black Rose. You know? So I think her and Mel will probably team up next episode and fight the Black Rose. To be honest. I don't really see why in the world Mel would fight Mbessa at all, actually.
Mbessa does have a concern here. She could actually be killed here. I don't see why it couldn't happen.
You think Mbessa could die here?
I think she could. I think she doesn't have too much of a reason to be in the story at this point. I think her daughter is probably still not very happy with her, and if she goes on the side of the Black Rose, then things.
Well, yeah, but you're implying that Mel doesn't have a hatred towards the Black Rose, but I think Mel does.
She does. She has a hatred towards them, but this could be a way that she unlocks her, need for power kind of thing. Because remember, she's kind of in season 1. She kind of had her dark side where she sort of wanted to manipulate and have power and show that, hey, things should be in power.
It's true.
Like that.
It's true, so but I really don't. I think
absolutely entrance her. And
I think it'd be kind of crazy for Mel to immediately join up with the people who killed her brother. That's crazy.
Coming in one location.
Who would join with a person who killed their own brother? What?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to join them.
I didn't even know that brother. It's fine.
Well, we didn't know him, but she does. It's kind of ruthless.
Imagine you're someone with no morals and or very low on the moral scale, and then someone's like, "Look, all you gotta do is be okay with the fact that your brother's dead, and I will give you unlimited power. You'll be able to fly, shoot lightning bolts, see anyone anywhere, and you'll be able to have infinite intelligence."
But she already could do all of that because she's Mel.
And she can't.
How do you know?
She's just in power. That's it. She doesn't have magic.
She is magic. What are you talking about?
Now we know that she is, and she's never learned any of the magic.
They don't know anything about the magic. Please. You're acting like this Black Rose is some sophisticated organization, and here's all I'm saying. I think Mel and Mbessa will take down the Black Rose.
Okay, it literally is it. And by the way, I don't think they're taking down a Black Rose. Black Rose has like 4 or 5 League of Legends characters tied directly to it. If you think they're beating 5 different League of Legends characters and like the coolest villain in League of Legends within 3 episodes, I think you're dreaming.
All I'm saying is Mel is a great character, and I would hate to see her go down that path. I think that would be such a waste, honestly. It'd be a waste of her character, honestly. I think it'd be dumb to do, honestly. Because the Black Rose doesn't fit her ideals at all, you know? Like, what does she actually get out of the Black Rose? Nothing.
She gets power. She gets, like, ultimate power.
She doesn't get anything, but only you know that she gets power. She doesn't know that.
Look at Mel.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the next episodes with or without you guys. You can argue however long you want. I want to watch the next episode.
Okay, whatever.
Speculations are over. It's time for reality.
Okay, whatever. Swine's out.
Swine's out.
Swine's out.